Just let off a load of tear gas on everyone. To the stadium is chaos over here. Match delayed because of all the fans locked outside. UEFA disgrace. French police disgrace.
Morning. It is Friday the 27th of May 2022, 4 a.m. in the morning, and we are headed to the 2022 Champions League final in Paris, Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Direct flights, far too expensive, so what we're doing is Manchester Airport to Milan, then Milan to Paris. My lift to the airport is outside right now, so let's get going and I'll speak to you in Paris. So we made it to Paris then. Long but pretty straightforward. Got the train from the airport to the hotel, ditched my stuff, and I've come straight into the city centre. Currently looking at an amazing view both in front and behind me. I'm at the Basilica of the Sacred Heart. I was going to go up to the roof, but the queue is just absolutely insane. I think yesterday was a public holiday here, so locals are taking like a long weekend, so it's just absolutely packed. But you've got a viewpoint over the whole of Paris. Absolutely amazing. So this is a pretty good spot for me to tell you a few things. Firstly, this is actually my fourth European Cup final. The previous three were, most recently, Madrid in 2019, 2007, Athens, and 2005, Istanbul, the Miracle of Istanbul, probably the greatest Champions League final of all time, so I've been really, really fortunate. Which brings me on to my next point. If you're from the UK and you're watching this video, you might be a little bit confused by my accent. You might think, surely with that accent he supports one of the Manchester teams, United or City? Well, there's a very simple answer to that question. I was born in Liverpool, all my family are from Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I grew up in Greater Manchester, so I've had a season ticket since 1998. That was the season that Manchester United actually won the treble. When Man United were in Turin, turning around a 2-goal deficit to win 3-2 to go to the Champions League final and complete that treble. I was at Anfield watching Liverpool lose 1-0 at home to Leicester City via an Ian Marshall goal. So we've come a long way since then. This is probably the best Liverpool team I've ever seen. So tomorrow is going to be absolutely brilliant. No matter what happens, unbelievable team. We're going to make the most of it. Tomorrow is going to be all about the match. There's loads of UEFA events on which I'd like to go to, so we'll go to a couple of them. There's also a big Liverpool fan meet-up, which is going to be amazing, so we're going to have to go to that. And then obviously there's the match in the evening. Today, time is actually ticking on. It was a straightforward journey to get here, but it was quite a long one, so it's about 5 p.m. now, so running out of time today really. So I'm going to have a little wander around Paris, maybe tick off a few of the main sites. Come to Notre Dame to finish off. Still being rebuilt and renovated after the fire, but still pretty cool. Just not enough time to do anything else today really, so I think it's time to grab some food, drink, head back to the hotel, go again tomorrow. Champions League final day, massive day, can't wait for it. Morning, thought we'd box this off early. Eiffel Tower, tick, job done. Got bigger fish to fry today. Lots of fans gathering around here as well, but I'm keen to head to the UEFA events where you can go and see the trophy, and there's lots more Champions League stuff going on, so let's head there now. Big old queue this, been in here for a while. A lot of Real Madrid fans around making a lot of noise. Trophy's the main event here. Let's try and get our hands on that. Nearly there now. That all happened so quickly, I don't think I managed to get any of it. Maybe a little bit. They took some photos of it. Basically, you get up there, they say, give us your camera, take a photo, now clear off, throw your bag at you and shut you out. So, not particularly great experience, I'll be honest. At least we got a photo with the trophy and got to see it. Time for a drink, I think. Park done, absolutely brilliant. Met up with a few mates, lots of drinks, lots of singing, lots of pyro, absolutely class. Totally in the mood for the final now, if I wasn't already. I mean, come on, it's a Champions League final, who's not in the mood for that? Quick change, charge the camera up, and then we're going to the stadium.
Just let off a load of tear gas on everyone. To the stadium, it's chaos over here. We're trying to get into the ground, they've let off a load of tear gas. Ridiculous. This every time, there's always hassle getting in. Horrible tear gas then. Trying to squeeze in, I hate it.
That's shut! Shut! Go!
Well, we made it in. Absolute nightmare getting in. I'd love to tell you that this is some sort of magical experience, but it's not. It's the same every time. You get penned in like an animal. Thank God we're in. Right, that's all the negativity out of the way. The match is now. Can't wait for the match. Match delayed because of all the fans locked outside. I'm not surprised. It's a disgrace. UEFA disgrace. French police disgrace. All day. Kickoff's delayed by half an hour plus. It's loud here. We're in the middle of an opening ceremony that no one cares about. You can hear the noise. Just hope everyone gets in. Here come the teams. Here they come. Time, let's go. Don't know how that Mane shot has just stayed out there. Benzema the ball in the net, but it's offside. Half time 0-0, been pretty tense. Mane shot that was palmed onto the post by Courtois, really good save actually, and then a Benzema goal which was ruled out for offside, which was seemingly really tight because the VAR check went on forever. Hopefully a bit more action in the second half and hopefully some goals and hopefully a Liverpool win, but we'll see. see that coming. That's it then. Liverpool 0, Real Madrid 1. Real Madrid win their 14th European Cup Champions League. Fair play to them. They had the chance, they took it. Liverpool, a couple of good chances. The Mane chance and the Salah chance. Both great saves by Courtois. I guess that's the difference. So man of the match, Thibaut Courtois for me, absolutely unbelievable. I've really enjoyed the couple of days we've had a great time, catching up with mates and stuff like that. But obviously the result didn't go the way that I wanted it to. A bit of a low note to end on then. But it's been a great couple of days, just shame about the result. Now we start the long journey home.
Back on UK soil. Just got off the train at the station round the corner from my house, so we're almost there. On my way home, I've been following all of the fallout on Twitter behind the match last night. So I thought it was best to talk about my experiences now while it's still fresh in my memory. I was staying in Aubervilliers, which was about a 30-minute walk from the Stade de France. I got to the stadium around 7 o'clock, maybe just after. I was walking up the road towards a south-east entrance to the stadium. There's a big crowd of people, which I didn't think as unusual just because it's European Cup final. Obviously there's thousands of people trying to get in. When I got to the top of the road, there were some steps and it was all blocked off at the top. There was tons of local people around. I don't know what their motives for being there were, but I did think there's a lot of these people around who probably don't have tickets. So I was kind of wondering why they were there, maybe just taking in the atmosphere, I don't know. When I got to the steps and I realised that those were blocked, I turned right and walked along a path to sort of do a U-turn and walk up a ramp. You might have seen these videos on Twitter actually. People have shown videos of people climbing over walls and people are assuming that is people trying to get into the stadium. That's not the case. It was basically trying to cut the corner to get from the path onto the ramp and avoid the crushes as well, really. I actually climbed over that wall as well because it was like a shortcut. Got onto the ramp, walked up the ramp, and everyone is just walking back towards me because they're saying tear gas has just been released by the French police at the top of the ramp. Luckily I avoided that. I walked into it a bit and caught a bit of it, but it was nothing serious. I was absolutely fine. When I got past that, there was just a bottleneck. So there was loads of fences and a tiny little gap that people were trying to get through. Obviously again, there's a huge crush. There's kids, like elderly people. It was really, really scary. I managed to get through there and then that's when it opened up a little bit. I was going into entrance A and the gates had been closed before. There was a big sort of snake line of fences which seemed like they hadn't been opened yet. They did get opened and obviously people were keen to get in, so everyone went towards those fences and managed to get in. I then got inside the sort of compound of the Stade de France, so at that point I was safe. But then turning around and looking to the south entrances to the stadium, all those gates were all locked. No one was getting in at all. I got to my seat around 8 o'clock after I'd got a couple of drinks and stuff, and the closer we got to the kick-off, the more apparent it came that there was just hundreds, thousands of empty seats. So where was everyone? So everyone was still locked outside. Checking my phone, I realised that people were having all sorts of trouble outside and it was far worse than it was when even I got in. It seemed like even the corporate guests, which I assume would have been expecting better treatment, were getting stuck in all these problems as well. After the match finished, I went out a little bit later than most people. I think a lot of people just got off at the final whistle. I hung around a little bit just to clap the players and record a bit with the camera actually. And then when I got outside, walking down the road to try and again walk back to the hotel, it was all dead crowded again, and the message was filtering back that the police had blocked the road again. Don't know why. So at this point, I've got a wall to my right. I look over it and it's quite a big drop down to another road. So I climbed over the wall, dropped down onto this ledge, and then climbed down a tree to get onto this other road, which thankfully was clear. And then from there, I just ran back to the hotel. Not because I was expecting anything bad to happen, just because I had an early flight to catch and I just wanted to get to bed. But it seems that my circumstances were really fortunate. Because I was on my own, I was able to slip through the crowds a little bit more easily. Because I ran home, I avoided these muggings that I'm now hearing were happening. So yeah, the whole thing just sounds like an awful experience for a lot of people. My experience wasn't great. The police were blocking roads and making it really hard to get in, all these bottleneck entrances which were always going to cause crushes. I don't understand why they were doing it. The whole day everyone was really well behaved, everyone was just having a great time, so I just can't really understand why it was happening. All I saw the whole time that I was there was fans having a great time and no trouble at all. It seems to me that all of these problems that are coming to light now and I witnessed firsthand were caused by the French police just being massively heavy-handed. I don't know whether they were expecting something like the scenes that we saw at the final of Euro 2020 at Wembley, where there was absolute chaos at Wembley, but this was just not the case at this game, and it just did not warrant the reaction from the French police. I don't know what they were thinking. It was so dangerous. Hopefully the French police and UEFA will both be held to account and the truth will come out. I mean, in this day and age, there's camera phones, there's all that sort of thing, so hopefully there'll be some sort of investigation, but I won't hold my breath. It's just such a shame that it casts a massive shadow over what should have been a brilliant weekend. Paris itself is such a city of contrast. The city centre itself was so stunning. I'd absolutely love to go back there, but the suburbs where I was staying, which was Aubervilliers, and the suburb where the stadium was, which is Saint-Denis, they are both kind of edgy neighbourhoods, and it's almost like a different country to the city centre. It's bizarre really, but I would like to give Paris a second chance. I'd happily come back and go to a PSG game or something like that. I'm not prepared to write Paris off as a city just yet. It's a shame I'm having to end the video talking about such a serious incident, but I'm not going to let this put me off, and I will be back out at games in Europe in future, and I will see you on the next one.